morning, everyone. I'm Maria Monica Lubiano Insuya, the reporter of Lesson 17, Women and the Law. Lesson Objective: Know about the various Philippine law affecting women, identify the various rights of women, understanding the impact of this law, and right to the Filipino women in society. Definition of terms: the 1987 Constitution, the fundamental law of the country upon which all the law are anchored or based on. Ito ay batas, nagpapatupad ng batas na kung saan ang lahat ng batas ay nakapaloob. Magna Carta for Women, the main law ensuring all the rights of women and the rules in building the nation. Ito ang batas na kung saan pinoprotektahan ang karapatan ng kababaihan. Nation building: collaborate efforts and mean to establish and develop the country. Nag-establish para maging maunlad ang ating bansa. Introduction: the 1987 Constitution. The Philippines is known for its very liberal and progressive constitution that was formulated during the euphoria of Philippine Peaceful Revolution in 1986. Gender society is a key element of the chapter and as enshrined in Article 2, Section 14 of the 1987 Constitution. The state recognizes the role of the woman in the building and shall ensure the fundamental equality before the law of women and men. Nakapaloob dito kung paano nabuo ang konstitusyon at nakasaad din dito kung paano na-recognize ang kakayanan ng mga kababaihan sa paggawa bago pa man mapatupad ang Women and the Men Law. Considering the unequal gender relationship in the country, the Constitution further provides for women representation in the legislative through the party system. Ayon sa Article 1314, ito ay nag-provide na kung saan maproteksyonan ang mga kababaihan sa kanilang pagtatrabaho sa pasilidad na kung saan sila nakatuka. Various law promoting gender equality. The legal frame provided for the 1987 Constitution resulted to the various legislation promoting gender equality. This legislation includes the following: Local Government Code of 1991 provides for the elections of sectorial representative including women and local legislative council. Party list law provide for the creation of women-oriented or women-based parties to complete under the party list system. Woman is the one of the 9 sections identified in law. Labor Code cover issues as a not work provision specify that employers must provide special facilities for women, provision of discrimination against women, respect to term and condition of employment, and provision of discrimination by reason of marriage of women. Sa Labor Code, dito nakapaloob ang tungkol sa pagtatrabaho sa gabi, kung paano dinidiskrimina ang kababaihan sa pagtatrabaho at kung ikaw ay kasal na. Subalit kailangang irespeto sapagkat tayo ay pantay-pantay. Women and Nation Building Law. Republic Act 7192, 1991 is an act promoting the integration of women as full and equal partners of men in development and nation building. The law provides the substantial portion of government resources be utilized to support programs and activities for women. The law encourages the full participation involvement of women in development bias in all government regulation and procedure. In relationship to gender budgeting, the law specifically mandate agencies to allocate a minimum of 5% increasing to 30% of official development funds in mainstreaming gender concern. In 1988, Comprehensive Agrarian Reform. Dito nakapaloob kung saan pwedeng ibigay sa babae at magkaroon ng sariling lupa hindi lamang sa kanyang mga anak kundi pati sa kanyang pamilya. Republic Act 7688 o 1994. An act give representation to Women's Social Security Commission. Anti-Sexual Harassment Law 1995, Republic Act 7877. An act declaring sexual harassment to be harmful in the employment, education, or training environment. Republic Act 7822, an act providing assistance to women engaging in micro and cottage business. Ito ay batas na kung saan pwedeng bigyan ang mga kababaihan ng sariling negosyo na mapagkakakitaan. Republic Act 8353, an act expanding the definition of crime of rape, reclassifying the same as a crime against person. This law is not promote gender equality but also give protection to the women's rights and enhance women empowerment. Hindi lang para to sa gender equality but also ito ay nagbibigay ng protection hindi lang para sa mga kababaihan kundi para sa lahat. National Program. Based on the Philippines law stated, a myriad of project, initiative, and process on the gender challenges arose. These include the following. Philippine Plan for Gender Responsive Development, 1995 to 2025. The National Plan for Women that consolidate the action commitments of the Philippines during the Beijing World Conference on Women. This is the overall frame that is also the point of reference for the discussion and monitoring of gender mainstreaming. Gender and Development Budget, or GAD. Integral to the National Plan, it is aimed at institutionalizing gender concern in the mainstream development process and agenda, not just peripheral program and project of government. Concretely, it is prescribed for all the allocation of 5% of the government agency, local government unit budget on gender-responsive activities and projects. As a result, implementations of the development program and policies of the government also mean women parking a ruled governance. As primary stakeholder in the development process, women have the right to maximize their involvement in government, be in local and national level. Framework Plan for Women, FPW. This is part of Philippine Plan for Women Development to focus on 3 tasks, namely, number 1, promoting women economic empowerment, advance and protect women human rights. Number 3, promote gender-responsive governance. These plans identifies the concrete gender issue that will be addressed, pinpoint target and indicators, name programs, formulates the implementation plan, and set up tools, monitoring, and evaluation. Women right participation. Women right to vote was granted in 1937. The constitutions of 1935 stipulate that the rights of suffrage will be extended to women only if 300 women vote in its favor during national plebiscite. This consolidate the emerging women movements and brought to the activation of such women as Concepcion Felix D. Calderon, who formed the Association Feminista Filipina in June 1905. Rose Sibilia de Albero and young Trinidad Almeida, Miss Constancia Pobleta, Pando de Blega Permena de la Paz, Puro Beluena Bacalao, and Paz Mendoza Gozon, Peral Hidalgo, Lim, President of the National Federation of Women Club, and Josepa Lanis Escoda, Ugnayan ng Kababayan sa Politika na 1998. The General Councils of Women was established in Manila to direct the plebiscite campaign. It was to draw the support of the broadest number of women. As it turns out, 447,725 women voted yes in 1937 plebiscite. Interestingly, 44,307 women voted against the provision. What followed was colorful history of women into the various level of electoral victories, but generally pushed by families, affiliation, and elite association. At the present, women's right to vote and participation are maintained and further protected by existing law. Women's involvement in civil society. Women's expression and involvement in civil society could be through organized along gender-specific issues and formulations of all women groups within broad as a power-enhancing mechanism. Groups such as the Filipina Feminist Movement, the Gabriela Women Group, the Ugnayan ng Kababayan, the Politika o UKP Network of Women in Politica, the Kilos Kababo Act o Sister Coalition, and Cebu Legislative Network had trailblazed women advocacies, both in policies and legislation. Lahat po ng organization na yan ay nag-involve po sa civil society. There also exists a called Filipina NGO Beijing Steering Board, which involved from the National Steering Committee of NGO for the United Nations Fourth World Conference of Women, and this lead the national monitoring of the government implementations of the Beijing Platform for Action. Along with the other women groups and gender-oriented institutions, they have succeeded in raising gender-specific, such as domestic violence, prostitution, reproductive health, sexual harassment, and rape. Intense lobbying efforts by the women group resulted in the passage of several landmark laws. Among Anti-Sexual Harassment Law in 1995 and Anti-Rape Act in 1997, the gain of the women movement with the rest of the civil society. Lahat po ng ito ay nagawa or naisabatas ng women movement. Women and Education. Ayon sa Article 59, Section 2, the Philippine educational system is a combination of public and private institutions with the state providing free education mula elementarya hanggang sekundarya na kung saan hindi malilimitahan yung natural rights ng mga parents para sa kanilang mga anak. There is no general discrimination girls in education. There is no marked differences existing in the educational status of Filipinos, women and men. Hindi po dito dinidiskrimina yung kakayahan or yung katangian ng isang tao. Kung ikaw ay babae o lalaki, dito ay pantay-pantay. One of glazing issue is the gender stereotype of fields of study and specialization and its onward translation into the world of work, where men generally occupying the highest occupation rank and their higher paying portion. Kung ang mga lalaki, sila yung nabibigyan ng mataas na kalidad ng trabaho at sweldo, samantalang ang mga babae naman may responsibilidad sa ating mga bahay, sa ating family na hindi rin kayang matumparan. Kahit na hindi nila na iano ang kanilang napagtapusan. Summary. Law on Filipino women are aplenty from the fundamental law of the land up to the existing legislation. It can be protective that moves such legislation shall arise in the future. These laws are essential as they can be a springboard of various national programs. Women involvement, participation, and inclusion all provides the highest goal of empowerment. Ang women's law ay madami. Nakapaloob dito lahat-lahat na pwedeng mangyari sa ating future na magagamit natin sa darating na panahon. At para ma-enhance pa natin ang women empowerment. Yun lamang po. Salamat.